Good afternoon, everybody. Bobby Cleveland here, Executive Director of Oklahoma Corrections Professionals. J.J. Humphreys, Representative Humphrey, has got his family and they're on vacation this week. So I'm what you got, and I haven't been doing this now the last few weeks because of injuries that I've had. I had my knee surgery in June, 1st of June. Then went to went to take physical therapy. Well, I was doing pretty good, and then I was at the house. I was trying to get to the kitchen, and I could have walked around if I wanted to. There's two ways to the kitchen, but I didn't. And I told the dogs that both my dogs were laying there with their butt to butt right in the middle of the door to get to the kitchen, and so they was asleep. So I didn't want to wake them up. So I tried to step over them. Well, when I did, I lost my balance and fell and hit my hip and screwed my knee back up. So it took me out of commission for about 3 weeks. And then I was trying to get in the car. I was doing better, my physical therapy. And then I was getting in the car and I turned my knee. And that was on my surgery. I don't know what I did to it, but I turned it. Anyway, that kind of put me down. So I've learned how to get in and out of the car without doing any damage to myself. So I'm still going to physical therapy. And I probably got that 2 or 3 more weeks. And but full knee replacement's no fun deal. I'll tell you that. I've had lots of surgeries, but I've never had anything like this. But I'm happy to be here, and I'm glad that I'm out here, and we're rocking and rolling. And I'm really glad to see that our Facebook live OCP Save OCP is doing very well in views, and we're just about up where we were when they refused to let us have the passwords to our Facebook deal. And so we're still running good. We're getting new members, and we're rolling along. I have had this week several calls about Lawton, how dangerous it is for not only the employees but for the inmates. And they're saying something's got to give about this. They call it the hellhole. That they just don't have enough officers there. And I think they recently, just past week or so, it seems like they shifted 33 out, 33 inmates out, and moved them around the state, and they brought in 40 more to Lawton. But it's still very dangerous. The cells do not lock in one of the pods, so basically those guys just roam around. So there's still a lot to be done at Lawton, but it doesn't seem like they're doing anything about the lock to get the locks fixed on the doors. So we just hope that they'll get it. We just hope nobody will get hurt up there with as bad as the place as it is that we're operating there. And certainly I don't blame it on. I really can't blame it on anybody. It's just a bad place, and I think that whatever we're doing trying to fix it's not working. But also this past week, an inmate at Eddie Warrior, she went to medical, told them that she was feeling suicidal. They sent her back to her dorm and was told to get in her bunk and calm down. She went to the dorm inmate bathroom. The inmate went to the dorm and went to her dorm and went to the bathroom and cut her throat. She was transferred from there. She went to medical. She was in the hospital there for about 18 to 20 hours before she got back to Eddie Warrior. Then they shipped her over to Howard, the other women's prison. Excuse me, but the name for sex me. I ought to know it very well. Anyway, they went over there, and so nobody's heard from her. They don't really know her. No one knows if she's lived, is she doing well or bad or whatever. They can't seem to find out. We've asked, and we've but not been able to find out anything as well. So we don't know, what's going to happen to her. But this week I received a letter, and it was a very good letter. It's similar to some of the letters I've received in the past, and similar to letters I've received now. But it's very well written, and I thought I want to share it with you. And it's really sad. It's just really sad that in 2 years that our director has taken us down this low. It's just unbelievable, and he still has his job. It's just hard to believe. And here she says, I've seen your video post on the past about DOC employees. I know you look out for them. My husband has benefited from your work as well as OCP and appreciated your work. Your work. He is at a prison here and is distraught. He has lost something like 7 employees in a month. They were extremely short-handed to start with. Now they are dangerously shorter staffed, overworked, and the inmates know it as well. They have mentioned that to her husband. He has ideas about how to make changes, but can't because of multiple roadblocks. Major one is staffing. The security staff feels like they don't have a life because they are working from 5 to 6 days a week at 12-hour shifts. Then they drive back to their homes. I understand their desire to quit. He feels like he's a bad leader because there is nothing he can do, and everyone is jumping ship. I don't know if you have the ability to bring light to the subject, or someone I could contact. I know many prisons are hurting for staff, but again, he's had 3 the past week quit. Something needs to be done, not a pay raise, but a security for security, which is an emergency hiring, more staff and days off. And we definitely need that more staff, and we definitely need the days off. We need to be able to let people off when they want off instead of forcing them to work when they have something important they need to do outside of work. And they want to be treated decently. The morale, I find, is about, I thought it's already the lowest it could go, but I guess it's going lower. So I decided to get on Google and put in morale and see what it said about what it said. It said keeping your employees happy helps your business to be successful. Employees' morale is a crucial factor in success of any organization. Then it gave a top list of the top causes of low employee morale. So I want you to think about this, members, as I read you these listed numbers here. There's 10 of them. As I list these out, I want you to think about how many of those fall into DOC. And the first one was the lack of communication and clear instructions. Number 2, lack of trust. Number 3, dishonesty. That's certainly been in there. Number 4, micromanagement. No team bonding. I hear guys talk about the long timers have been there, how they used to had bond together and all work together, and it was really good. And no more, they no more have that. They don't have that anymore. No lack of bonding at all. Lack of praise or thanks. Lack of training. Lack of acceptance of responsibility. Disrespect. Inadequate supervisory meetings. So there's a lot of issues there, and I would bet you that most of these fall into DOC because they absolutely, without a question of doubt, they don't respect the officers. When they have somebody that goes and we go to the state, we go to court, and we win. We win all of our cases because they don't even try, and they want to get them to state court, and then they will appeal. They want to appeal everything, hoping the employee will just go away, hoping their employees or problems will just go away. So they have absolutely no respect for the employees of DOC. These officers, it's just ridiculous, the things that I've seen, the write-ups that these guys get, ladies and guys get, where they even say they're accuse them of being bullies. Well, they got 2 of the top bullies in the state as running the place, so I don't know what the world they expect. And I can't believe they would want to fire anybody or run anybody down lower, do anything to anybody and say that because they're a bully. And that's something that's got to be changed. And I know if Humphrey's here, he'd sure have some things to add to this, but he's not. So you got to put up with me. And I just really hadn't felt real good the past few weeks. Yeah, just now getting back to feeling a little better. Been been down, but I appreciate each and every one of you guys, gals at DLC, and what you have to go through, and the way that you're treated. It is really disrespectful, and it's really awful that. And I can't understand why the governor is not doing something to correct it, because I know he's received letters, but it's with this director who doesn't know how to run a prison, doesn't know anything about a prison. Uh, it just hasn't made it good. I'm sure he did a good job at OMS. He knows about money and figures and things of that nature. There is some good things that he does, but he hasn't done many of those good things at DLC. And I don't know if he's listening to the wrong people or if he's not listening at all. But when it comes to this number 9, disrespect, he'd be the top one. They disrespect, and we'll never have a good morale problem until we start respecting these officers and the hours they work, until they appreciate the hours they work. But it's very, very difficult. Coming up in August, I'll get you the date and the time and the place. We'll be having a statewide meeting. This is going to be our first meeting in about 5 years. As you know, that our last president, who refused to host a meeting, and so we've put one together for August. So we'll wait and see how that goes. But it's going to be a time that we can all get together. We can vote for a president. We can vote for a lot of different things. I probably won't continue on. I'm just not feeling up to it. So we'll have a chance for everybody to have their say so and be able to look at everything that we have. But going back to Lawton, I'm not sure on all the things that was transpired that we keep Lawton open or what we're supposed to do. But whatever it is, it's not working. And, it's only been a short while, that's for sure, but it's just not working. So we're asking something be done to give these guys some safety. And you can't have the inmates just wandering around. And I'm surprised too, the inmates can have steel-toed boots. Some of the facilities, inmates are having steel-toed boots. Some of them wear chains now around their neck, and they wear expensive shoes, tennis shoes, and they dress where they want to dress. There's nothing to how to try to pick out which one's the inmate, which one's is the officer or caseworker or anything of that nature. I don't know what that's all about, but turning the prisons over to the inmates to let them run it doesn't work. And that's nothing. If you look at anything about it, you Google it, you talk about it. Nothing is worse than turning it over to the inmates. I've had guys tell me in trainings that I've been to that if anywhere that they went, if they did it to them, they would walk out. They would not work for under those conditions, which they are now which we're working under now. So that's not working. So you got to try something else. But you try the first thing to be respectful to the employees and take care of them. And I'm going to cut it short, and I'll get back to you next week when JJ's here and I'm getting into it and getting the feeling better. I haven't been up to it very good. I'm just not. You haven't been very good. That's all I can say. But I'm getting better. So I appreciate you guys, and I hope this lady at the Eddie Warrior who tried to kill herself, that she's well, she got to come through with it, well and doing okay. I pray that she's okay. There has been numerous problems at Mabel Bassett. They're the name that come out all at Mabel Bassett and Eddie Warrior. A lot of problems. It seems that there's not been a lot of employees quit, but not over that we're losing wardens. So them two are having a lot of problems as well, as long as there are other prisons. But they just popped into having the big problems. We've got 4 to 5 prisons that are really bad, and then we got some that are good. we need to have more programs. We need to have more drug programs in all the facilities, not just in a few. But I thank you very much for tuning in today. And if you got any questions or anything, please give me a call, and I'll get back on the ship. Be doing a little bit better. So I'll say good afternoon.